For years, we've been helping organizations address the challenge of distributed teams. We've created models for proxy RTEs to help release trains plan effectively no matter where their teams are located. With that said, COVID-19 threw us a curveball. The problem of having every person on the train in a different location, that was something new for us. Fortunately, we've adjusted as an organization, we've gone deep into learning, we've run a lot of experiments, and we have some tips ready to help you be successful in this challenging time.
When I heard that we were going to have a fully remote PI planning, the first thing that came to my mind was how we were going to replicate the large room and face-to-face collaboration experience that we've had before.
I think my biggest concern was being the solution manager was, would I be able to actually have all this conversation I need and answer the people's questions that they have? Or would I be so tied up with some conversations that I'm going to completely miss out on different conversation?
I set up a recurring preparation meeting at first once a week with the Scrum Masters from each of the teams, where we just begin to flush out that high-level plan into a detailed plan.
We came up with a one-stop shop on our internal intranet, like you're in the PI planning room, but remotely. So that way you could see the table, you could see the team's team board, you could see the team's Slack channel in terms of how to get a hold of them and also their team hangout.
This had to be different because of the different time zones. So we started the day very early. We had our briefings, then we had breakouts. Then we actually picked it up the second day, did more breakouts. And then we had our draft plan review. And then in the morning, we finished the planning, did business value assignments, did our final plan review, did our risks and our confidence vote, and ended. So it was kind of more spaced out in 3 days just to accommodate for different time zones.
In the spirit of relentless improvement, small surveys were sent to the entire art every day at the end of the day. So we were able to incorporate really quickly those learnings into the next day.
During activities and breaks, we also created kind of an array of things that people could go do. So we had a come meet the pets session where each person could come and show off their animals. We also had a meet the kids session, and we also had a guided meditation session.
We used some funny videos in the background and things like this just to make each other laugh, because it's a long day, and I think that helps as well. Take those breaks and have fun.
The second day, we had a couple of our people create a fun video together. So they created a video of them singing, and they had their kids dancing in the background, and it just brought a lot of joy to people's day to start us off on a big day of planning together.
One of the things we do every PI planning is every PI planning we have this theme. One time we have Marvel superheroes. This time it was hats. And everybody had this kind of wacky hat. People had wigs. People had the craziest hat you can imagine. It was just a lot of fun. And so this brought another dimension of bonding that was hard to get otherwise.
That was pretty cool.
For our first ever distributed PI planning, I think we overcame obstacles in the moment. We planned ahead of time for what at least we knew we could potentially be overcoming. And we made it through with a great plan, something that we are ready to accomplish in the next PI.
The most surprising part of it, that it was it was similar. I mean, it was the same success, and it was very successful. It was just a different way of working through it.
One of the core values of SAFE is alignment. PI planning is a key driver of alignment. And I think in this time of being remote, alignment is even more important. So I think doubling down and doing PI planning this way was well worth our time and everybody's time.
All right, everybody, good luck on your first remote PI planning. We can't wait to hear how it went for you.
No, you have to go home now.